So what you're going to want to do first is get your paper into a square shape. You can do this by taking your rectangular piece of paper and folding it so the top edge lines up with the top edge of the paper. And then you just cut off this long rectangle piece. Next, you need to fold your paper so you get another diagonal line going this way. Then you need to take your pencil and make a dot in the center where the two lines cross. Then, using a ruler, you're going to draw a line on your folded part of the paper, and you want to go about 2/3 of the way to the dot. Do not go all the way to the dot. You can also measure, so mine was 4.5. So I'm going to make a line that's 4.5. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to be watercoloring your pinwheel paper that you just got all set up. If you have normal watercolors at home, feel free to use them. If you have any other type of paint at home, whether it's like tempera paint, acrylic paint, so be careful with the water so you don't burn yourself. But you can scoop like 1 or 2 tablespoons of water into each of the cups. You want to make sure you're just using a little bit of water so you can have a brighter watercolor. Then you can go ahead and add your spices. If you are deciding to use turmeric, be very careful. It stains everything, so you might want to put some paper on your table or do it outside so you don't get it everywhere, but it makes a very beautiful orangish yellow color. I'm gonna try some cayenne pepper because it's red, and I'm just gonna put a bunch of it in. The more spice you put in, the brighter your color is gonna be. And then you can mix it up with a brush, or if you don't have a brush, you can use a spoon. And then I like to kind of test it out on a piece of paper to see if I need to add anything more. It is going to be grainy and not nice and smooth. So if you want it to be brighter, just add a little bit more powder into it. Mix it up and test it out again. Kind of like how it looks speckly with all the stuff in it. If you don't have any paintbrushes at home, you can use a Q-tip to paint on your homemade watercolors. If it gets too soggy, just use the other side of it. I would also make sure you use a different Q-tip for each color too, since you're not going to be able to wash it. You can also use different fruits or berries to get some color. So I have some raspberries here. Mine were frozen, so I'm just kind of mashing it up a little bit. I also had a blackberry too. After you have your paints all set, you're going to want to create an abstract painting, maybe inspired by one of the artists from the PowerPoint. I'm going to have my painting inspired by Van Gogh, so I'm going to have a lot of swirls in mine so you can see my brush strokes. Also, if you want your watercolors to be a little bit darker, you can go over them again with the same color after it dries. You're going to be ready to cut it apart. You're going to want to cut on those lines that you first drew that were 2/3 of the way to the center. Then you're going to want to take either your push pin, or if you have you don't have a push pin, you can use a sewing needle pin, and you're going to want to poke a hole in the center where your dot was. Then you're gonna poke a hole at one corner. Then you're gonna skip your next corner. Then you'll poke a hole in that corner. Skip the next corner, poke a hole in your next corner, skip that one, and then poke another hole. So basically you've poked a hole in every other corner section. If you fold it with the design of your paper facing up, the design of your pinwheel will be inside of it. If you flip it over, the design for your pinwheel is going to be on the outside. It's just kind of a personal preference, and it's up to you how you want it to look. So I'm gonna do it this way, and what you'll do is you just take each corner with a hole and you're gonna push it through your push pin or your sewing pin. Then you need to push all of them through the center. And then you're gonna stick, I'm using a pencil because I find it the easiest. And you're gonna stick it into the eraser. Be careful if it doesn't pop out though.